Hola, buenos días. En este video vamos a hablar de la palabra gringo en español. We're going to look quickly at the verb gringo in Spanish. Most of you, I imagine, are probably familiar or at least heard the word gringo before, and probably when you hear it you think whitey, you think white person. I learned in college what the origin of the word gringo was, and then recently I learned that there's actually multiple possibilities at the origin of the word. So I'm going to present to you three that I know of. And maybe when the video's over, you can, in the comment box, if you have a different idea of what the origin of the word gringo is, you can put that down in the comments so we can all learn a little bit from each other. The reason that I want to do this video is because something reminded me the other day of something that happened to me when I was at Teotihuacan in Mexico. I was coming down the Templo del Sol, the Sun Temple, and there was these kids out there, probably like maybe 6, 8 years old, and me and a group of people that I were with were walking down, and these kids point at us, and they're like, "Gringos, gringos, haha," and they're laughing, and I was like, "Hola," because at the time, or even now, I know that what the word comes from, and it doesn't offend me. It's not an offensive thing, even though some people kind of see it as being offensive. So what I think you should do is know that, well, really just one thing. The word isn't offensive. It's just kind of like means, it depends on where you're from. The word it's being said, it means something different. But let me tell you what the three origins are that I know of. So the first one I learned in college from one of my university professors. He told us that the word gringo comes from back in the day when the Europeans were coming over and colonizing the Americas. Some of the people that were coming over were the Greeks, and to say Greek in Spanish is griego. And what happened is that the Greeks, kind of like me, had a lighter skin. Some of them had lighter skin, and the word griego, Greek, kind of transformed into gringo, and gringo kind of meant like a light-skinned or a white person, and then it's been continued to use like that till today. That was what I initially learned. I think it was last year. One of my Spanish-speaking students told me that her mother told her that gringo came from back in the Mexican-American War. The Americans had different groups of soldiers, and sometimes they were categorized by color, like there was a red group and a blue group and maybe a green group. And then the general might call out, "Green, go," to tell them to go fight, green go. And then, of course, I guess the Mexicans thought that he was saying gringo for the white person. So that was the second one that I learned. And then more recently, and I think this one probably, in all honesty, makes the most sense to me, because coming from griego, Greek, to gringo is kind of a two-step process and might be unlikely. And then the gringo thing, who knows, that it could be true. But there's actually text that has been written prior to the Mexican-American War, yeah, that shows that the word gringo came before even those times. So this other reason might be more realistic, in that there's a word in English, it's peregrine, I think that's how you pronounce it. In Spanish, it's peregrino, and what it means is basically like foreigner. So I could call someone a peregrino in Spanish. It would mean like you're a foreigner, basically. If I take away the pere, I mean P-E-R-E at the beginning, I'm left with grino. And then if somehow at some point the language transformed and the G was stuck in there, then I have gringo, and then gringo came to mean foreigner, someone from that couldn't speak your language well, type of a thing. So those are the three different origins that I've learned over time. I know that there are other ones. If you know of one that you're pretty sure of, leave it in the comment section, because I'd like to know what it is so I can just add it on to my stack of reasons of what gringo means. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.